So the youngest person at the school today is this girl. What's your name? Katie? Katie. So Katie is going to present the oldest person who is present at the school who is here this evening. Rose, is that right? Yeah. With a bouquet of flowers. So invite her to come forward here for the little.
I left school. I stayed on later on. I was quite old when I left the school. Stopped on till I was nearly 16.
So you liked education?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Went to Derry to, as an apprentice, of course, as like an apprentice, you know.
Yeah.
And did my training there for 4 years. Became a nurse at that time. I started at 17 and a half. I was 17 and a half when I first started.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was training for 4 years. I went to England then. I was home for a little while, doing very little.
Yeah.
And then went to England. I worked in some of the biggest hospitals in London.
London?
Yes. Belonged to St John Ambulance as well, and I did a lot of that charitable work.
From the minute I came here, I always felt very welcome in Urris. I stayed in, God rest her, Bridget Mary Thames' house. She used to have a B&B guest house and accommodation at the time. And I remember being collected in Buncrana when I got off the bus by Father Gallagher, God rest him, and Packy Farman. And they brought me out to Bridget Mary's. And I stayed there very happily for 3 years. And I have to say it was a home from home, because she was like a second mother to me. And she looked after me very, very well. And I used to walk up and down the road every day. But I'd hardly walk the length of myself before a car would stop, and nearly somebody would always stop and give me a lift up to the school in the morning. They were very friendly and very helpful. And as I said, I taught here in the school with May Barr, who was the principal, and the other teacher was Grania McGorty. And Grania taught junior infants, senior infants and first class. I taught second, third and fourth, and May Barr taught fifth and sixth. And as I said, I stayed here very happily for 3 years, and then I transferred then to Clonmany School. I thought people spoke very quickly, and there was a lot of words I had never heard before, like I and bray, and there's so many different wee words that are just particular to Inishowen. So as I said, it was a real learning curve for myself, but I soon got into the swing of things, and I hope I have a bit of a Donegal accent myself. Well, at least when I go down home anyway, they think that I have one, but I'd say I don't have a full-blown one anyway, but I certainly have a lot of the words.
You're picking up the wee, are you?
Definitely. Oh yes, yes. I was always big into planting trees, and one Halloween break I was down at home, and out the back we have a lot of horse chestnut trees, so I gathered up the conkers, and I gathered up enough for the 35 children, brought them back up, and I got the children to plant them all in boxes, and we had set them all up on the windowsill. We had big deep windowsills at the time in the old school, and then when they started to grow, when they were about this height, it was time to transplant them. So I got each child to bring in a little container and transplant them, and I said, right, take them home now and be sure and look after it. Plant it out in a nice sheltered spot somewhere, and whatever you do, don't let the sheep eat it. And apparently I've just been informed that one of my past pupils still has the tree, and it's growing very successfully, and he's very proud of it. So that really, as I said, makes my day to hear something like that. Neil McGonigal was the boy in question.
Did you get any certificates at school?
Certificates? No certificate. No, you only get certificates. No exams.
No.
Grading at all.
No. So
You just started off with infants and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
excellent.
Yeah.
And what about, you didn't get a degree then?
I got no degree.
What about a degree in life? Did it teach you a little bit about life being at school?
Which?
Did it teach you a bit about life and looking after yourself at school?
Oh, not at all. You had to do that yourself.
And give me the names of some of the people you're at school with. Who are your friends?
I had quite a few of the Ranties, Sean Ranty and
John Ranty,
Dan Ranty,
Dan Ranty,
Con Ranty.
Con Ranty.
Yeah. And then Neil Poot and
Oh, Neil Poot, yeah.
Dennis Poot and Johnny
Yeah.
Poot, your Johnny too.
And what were you telling me a little story about Dennis Poot and you?
Oh yeah, I didn't. What now happened? Well, I come home one day from school with a black eye.
Oh dear.
And my father got to know who it was, Dennis Poot it was. So he said he took me out. You remember when the houses together?
Yeah.
So I had to go out and fight him again. You see, he gave me another one.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I should bet Johnny can remember.
Oh. Oh right. Oh, that's lovely. So what age did you leave school? How old were you when you left?
I was 14.
14. 14.
Yeah, I think I was 14.
And what did you do? Did you work in the fields at home when you were a kid? What did you do?
Yeah, working with that in the field, yeah.
Yeah.
All different.
What sort of jobs?
No, and ploughing
Yeah.
with a horse, pair of horses.
Yeah. So did you have a good laugh at school?
Oh, yeah.
Was it a good time?
Well, it was a happy time.
Oh, great.
No.
Okay, Dad, we'll leave it at that. That's just a quick chat with you. Thanks very much.
My name is Eileen Gordon.
You went to school here in Tiernasligo?
I was in it, yeah, many years ago, many years ago.
Enjoyed it?
Loved it, yeah, great. Fantastic place, yeah.
Where are you living now?
Letterkenny, yeah.
Back here meeting your old...
Yes, my old friends, yes, my older friends.
Mary Glavy. I'm her sister. I'm a Dabby and she's a Doherty.
Kelly Cooper, Doherty. I came here, Mrs. Barr was my teacher, she was a very good teacher. Enjoyed school.
Hello, my name is Carol O'Donnell, Heather, and I was here back, started in 1969 to 1977.
Good memories?
Yeah, good memories, yeah.
You didn't have to go on my turf, did you? No?
No, that
was before our time.
Things have moved on.
Things have moved on, thank God, yeah, just about.
Hi, my name is Urris School Celebrations, and I come from Urris and I'm back home in Urris now again.
You just wait here and here?
I'm Patsy Ann Copen, Pond, Doherty, Bullholland, and I went to school in Urris and I never left Urris.
Never left?
Never left.
Here.
Right Urris, up Urris.
I see. You come to Montfrana for a man, did you?
No. He came to Urris.
Oh, he came to Urris.
He came to Urris.
Where was all your parents when I was just this?
I never seen them around here talking. The first day I came out to school was a cross and a wee hut across the road. And then a few days later we were moved into this school here. And about 1963 I think they opened that one up there, and then we were moved up there. The boys were up there and the girls were down here.
Good memories, Phil.
Good memories, yes. Fine, some fine chaps come out of this school.
Where were you born, Phil?
I was born in Fort Leanan. Yes. Up at the end of the road there.
And did you come from Fort Leanan to school first of all? Did
Yes, we walked every morning, 3 miles, no matter rain, sleet or snow. For summertime, you'd prefer to go without the shoes on, because it was nice on the feet, you know. But the winter time, you always had the wellies.
You were well shod, so
I was well shod, yeah. I remember my mammy, in the winter time, she'd always take a coal out of the fire and put them onto the wellies, shake them about to warm up the welly before you put your foot in it. You know, unbelievable, yeah.
So what was your mother's name?
Mary, she was Mary Doherty Cassidy. She was from the parish originally. A bit of a dairy connection as well, but
And your father's name was?
John Jackal or Copen or The Rock or Smug, whatever you want to call him, you know. But sound man. Thank you very much.
Erin Toland and Ronnie Toland.
What did you go to school here?
We did indeed.
What's your memories from school here?
Miss Gillespie and playing and having a great time. That's my memories of school here.
You're not long left school, are you? You're not long.
I left in second class, but I went here for 4 years.
Did you? Where did you go to school after the rest of the time?
Clinton.
And you must Tiernasligo when you're
Yeah.
here to enjoy your life.
Thank you.
Miss McGonagall, when I came here, was Miss Bloody, and it was about 14 years ago. Listen a minute. And when I came, May was in first class. Yeah, first class. And then,
long time ago.
Yeah, and then she came back last year to do a placement in my room.
Yeah.
So.
But emotional, wasn't it?
It was weird. It was funny. Yeah.
What's funny?
Yeah. Past pupil. And
So where are you from yourself?
I'm from Manchester originally.
And what do you think? You enjoy teaching here, do you?
Yeah, it's a lovely school. A lot of changes.
Big difference from Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And this is she was Miss Gillespie, she was yeah.
Did you teach here yourself?
She did, yeah, she was a principal.
Where are you? Where?
Yeah.
Oh, I started here in 1985, and then it was 1991, and then I came back in 93, and I was principal from 95 or 96, I think, to 2000. Yeah, 2000.
Good memories.
Very good memories. I remember events and just different names and photographs bring back names and just different things. I remember when there was no uniform. And I remember then when I came back after 93, there was a uniform. So
where are you from?
We're from West Kincastle.
And Anne was a principal when I came to the school, so.
As I'm sitting by the firelight and turning back the years, I can hear my mother singing in the morning as she scrubbed our shining faces and then packed us all to school. All too soon those days were over without warning. So sing me the song of our gold and silver days, days filled with innocence and light. Not a penny to our name, we My father took the floor. I can hear us join together in the chorus, singing just a song of twilight and the moon behind the hill. Now those voices, they are silent, gone before us. So sing me the song of our gold and silver days, days filled with innocence and light. Not a penny to our name, we were happy just the same in our gold and silver days. We gathered at the daisy field on Sunday afternoon. Then we danced to Johnny Quigley and the Royal. Through the years we all were scattered, but those friends were good and true. Always there when they were needed, always loyal. So sing me the song of our gold and silver days, days filled with innocence and light. Not a penny to our name, we were happy just the same in our gold and silver days. In our gold and silver days.
Put a lot of hard work into it, so we're hoping that it all comes together tonight. We had a lovely mass, great crowd there for it, and we've got a good crowd down here too, so it seems to be a success.
It does indeed, yeah.
Good turnout so far, isn't there?
Yeah, fantastic. A lot of strangers too, which is great to see. We aimed it for this time of year to catch people coming home for the Kilmany Festival, so that seems to have worked for us.
Well, I just would like to thank everybody who came, because there was a lot of people came from overseas that hadn't been back in a while. People that my father went to school with in particular, so it was good that he was able to meet up with them, and people that I went to school with there as well. So it was good.
I think first of all I'd like to thank Sue Ann. She was instrumental in organising everything for the celebration tonight, and like Jennifer said, it was so nice to see so many people gathering, you know, in the school first of all for mass and then down here. So we're hoping we'll have a good entertaining evening and everybody will have a good time, and you know, it is an ideal time with the festival coming up now, so, and as it was advertised on Facebook and everything, so we left no stone unturned, so everybody would get, you know, to know about it and make it if they could.
We've got a lot of talent from past pupils, and
yes, that's right. Yeah.
They've all given up their time to come and entertain us this evening.
With the help of this pen, I let my heart do the talking. So heart, don't hold back, tell all of my story. Take your time and I listen, I'm not in a hurry. In my mind there's a picture with the prettiest flower and a star like
dancing, and I'm going to change the tempo this time to a waltz. And I'd like to see more on the floor.
Be honest and be truthful, whatever you might do. My mother's eyes were filled with tears, as for me she stole a kiss, and she said, remember Longford, you made a promise. In dreams I see our valleys green, Lochgarna's lovely shore. From the ancient hills of sweet Ramar, the purple heather rose. I dreamt I saw old Tarnhill, Runner and Killaloe. Way down in her sleepy rails and birds, the Camlin waters flow. Someday I will return again, dear old Erin shore. I bid farewell to America, my rambling days of old. My friends will greet me with a smile, my mother with a kiss, and I'll end my days in Longford, my native paradise. I spend my days in Longford, my native paradise.
My full name is Elizabeth Quinn. My married name is Craffy. I come from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Was born in Ireland. Left Ireland in the 1950s and immigrated to Boston. My father was from County Kildare. He was with the British Service, and he worked as a quartermaster up at the fort. My mother was, her name was Annie Kearney. She's one of the Kearneys from Lenakeil. This is my granddaughter Andrea. She arrived yesterday, and her friend Tatum, and they're both from Foxborough, Massachusetts.
It's so beautiful here. It's so different than the States. It's much more rural and laid back.
We have a beautiful beach in Lenakeil, and we get a lot of visitors in the summertime. Enjoying this evening is a fabulous, fabulous time. We had a great time at the church. Nice mass, done very well, and a great time at Ballyliffin Hotel.
In the county Galway, one pleasant evening in the month of May, I spied a damsel. She was young and handsome, her beauty fairly took my breath away. She wore no jewels or costly diamonds, no paint or powder, no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with ribbons of it, and round her shoulder was the Galway shawl. Kept on looking, she kept on talking.
I'm Sheila Mead, and I was born in Tiernasligo, just down from the school, Doherty, Kerrigan. I'm a sister of May Barr, who taught in the school for 36 years. She's now retired, and she was at the celebrations, and she gave a little speech, and it was lovely, and we all enjoyed it.
And it was lovely to see everybody, even though I only live in Shandrum. There's lots of people that are back from England and further afield, and it was lovely to see them. People I went to school with, some of them in the same class as me, and I haven't seen for years.
Good memories.
Oh, very good, yes.
It was lovely for me, absolutely, and I saw people I hadn't seen for many years. I tried to figure out the people that were in my class, and I tried to mingle and to get around and talk to each one of them. And it was lovely, I enjoyed it. My memories of school are very, very happy.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Mrs. Kerr very well and Mrs. McLaughlin. I loved school, absolutely adored it. Yeah.
And Urris was a nice place to...
Yeah, well, we didn't know any better. Urris was the best.
Yeah,
you
you had everything, hadn't you?
We really had. You know, I can just remember the sunshine. Always the summers were wonderful, and we called it herd the cows, but herd the cows because we had to look after them. You know, and we used to play. We used to swim in the sea, and this big rocky pool. Do you remember?
Called the Oog.
And it's so dangerous now, you wouldn't dream of doing it. And we used to let the cows stray, and then we had to run after them, and we'd be terrified my father would see us, and we'd be killed.
And we sit on the Mermaid's Rock down in Urris.
That's right.
Yes, yeah. And we picked dulse as well. And
the dulse we
crana,
loved.
yeah.
And the parents used to put they called it a sign on a whitewashed gable, and we knew it was time to come home for our tea. I mean, we didn't have watches.
It's great when people talk. Sometimes, you know, the old memories come back more vivid.
That's right. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it so special, you know, when you come to a night like this and you meet people, you know, and it's just great to see them, you know.
Charlie, and there's great content welcome music. Top of the range there with intro. Right, our next act on stage tonight is the Janet Coyle School of Dancing. Now she's brought back some of the old stagers.
Okay, now we just have another 2 wee items to do, and the next item does consist, incidentally, We did have a past pupil of Tiernasligo National School in that wee group as well. That was Brona Doherty, who has come out of retirement tonight for your entertainment. Thank you, Brona. Okay, our next wee group is your long-awaited past pupils of Tiernasligo National School. So if I could introduce the girls, who will be joined by Brona at the end of the routine. Could we have a nice round of applause for Colette McGonagall? Brona Kearney. Yvonne, oh I was going to say Doherty, but Doherty who? Sorry, my apologies, always sorry. And Mary Doherty. You can clap along if you want to, you don't mind, that's it. here comes our last favourite tune of the night, which is called My Irish Holly. I hope you enjoyed the dancing, and thank you very much for your very kind attention. A big word of thanks to all the dancers that came tonight, and I think they won't mind if I say a special word of thanks to our past pupils, Dormita, my good girls. Thank you very much. Okay, can we have Molly now and here we go. That's it. And then you can have your tea.
They seem to whisper, darling boy, my love is all for you. Oh, Molly, my Irish Molly, my sweet
applause for the teacher herself, Janet Coyle. Take a bow there, Janet. Now we're having 10 minutes for a break, and then there's another story to tell. I know Rosie Baronelli has stories to tell about the time she was in school, with you, Brett and Joe and that. But if there's another story to tell about the time they were at school, they can do that there we're having the tea.
I have one good story to tell you. It happened a long time ago going to school. At the bottom of Bold Gap, there's an old house there where my father used to keep corn shapes for feeding cattle. So that was my job. I was only 14 at the time. And I went till a house they called it Jokers. And then we kept the feeding for the cattle, so it was my job to feed the cattle. When I went into the house, when I lifted the shapes, what did I lift? But a man's 2 legs. Strange, wouldn't it? Got a fright. No, still alive. he was a tramp, they call him trampers. But I got a fright when I lifted, instead of lifting the shapes, I lifted the man's 2 legs. It was the first time that ever happened to me. I got a fright, you know what I mean?
You wouldn't be so frightened, would you be there?
Not that easy now. No, well I ran in here. I didn't lift the man's 2 Wellingtons. There was a road just at the bottom of the old gap. Probably you know the place well yourself.
You enjoying yourself tonight, have you, Peter?
Why not, sure.
You enjoying this better than at school, have you?
Well, I can put that way. This is a bit of my usual school. That's John Kearney. He's a neighbour of mine. And he was one of the men who was coming behind. When he seen me coming running, he wondered what I was running about.
Did you enjoy going to school? Oh, I did, yeah. I wanted to stay at school when I got older. When I was about to leave school.
You wanted to stay at school?
I enjoyed it then.
There wasn't any like you then?
No.
Huh?
Well, you see what happened that time? I was at the fishing there times, you know. You go to 14 or 15. Fishing was very good that time too, all.
What did you fish?
Salmon.
Salmon?
Salmon and lobsters.
Lobster?
Yes.
Crabs?
And a bit of crab, yes. From say, June, July, August. And then we started back to school there in September.
Did you enjoy your days at school?
I did enjoy my days at school, but I mean it's such a long time ago, it's very hard. The summers were a bit warmer back then. You know, May was a very good teacher, I have to say. You know, she learned as well, but I don't think Mrs. Berg any disagreement with. The times we had were good, but I suppose like everything else, they passed away far too quick, didn't they?
Did you enjoy your wee night, are you? Great night, wasn't it? Yeah. You all went to school in Tiernasligo?
Yeah. Sure that. Long time ago.
Not that long ago now.
No, 10 years.
How's all doing?
Good. Daniel and Lorna's married 10 years today. This is where they wanted to spend their wedding anniversary.
Who's turned in tomorrow?
40 tomorrow.
What school did you go to? You went to Urris School in Tiernasligo, wasn't it? Happy birthday, Martina.
Thanks, babe.
Who all went to Tiernasligo School? Family? That's not here then. Did you enjoy school?
Oh no, lovely, yeah. No bother, yeah.
Can you remember any of the people you went to school with? Their names that you don't see here tonight, like?
Yeah. There'll be John Kelly and God rest Shuey Frill.
Did you go to school with Shuey Frill? Did you?
Yeah. Big class.
Yeah.
Big class.
That's sad he can't be here tonight.
There was a good few. Shan Boyce, another man.
And what is your name?
Sammy Harkin. Sammy from Urris Manor.
Okay, thanks very much.
No bother.
Thanks, Q. Alright.
City daughter from the fort.
Lovely. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And the mass out of the school was absolutely beautiful.
You met any friends?
One or two, yeah. One or two. I met Mina Paddy Owen, she's sitting over there. All my family. I am 6 months.
Yeah. You went to work again?
I went up to Cardona to the community school. 1974. So I spent 6 months at Tiernasligo School. I would still know all the faces, like, but that's where I got my education. That's where I learned how to knit and sew and play the flute and do a wee bit of Irish dancing. So maybe. Yeah, thank you very much, James. Okay, how are you?
Did you enjoy your school there, James?
Oh, yeah, very much. Very much so, yeah.
In a long walk back and forth?
I had a long walk, yeah. Well, 2.5 miles.
Enjoy your life.
beneath the seas. Where the brave unknown soldier and the brave old man we see. Or who is the man in the iron mask or his chapter and sails free. What's Assamal, where's Donegal, it's still a mystery. And if I would, I build a wall around all Donegal. The Normans of the Kingdom, oh my God, I build them tall. And casinos, chicken ranches, I legalize them all. We have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah. They buy clubs in all night clubs, blackjack and roulette. Both Milligan, and Bridget next by Tyson's up the bet. Did a show with them in authorities, multi-millionaires. And Donald Trump would take jumps who live in solitaire. And if I would, I'd build a wall around all Donegal. Oh, the Normans of the Kingdom, oh my God, I'd build them tall. And casinos, chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. You stand on top of your if they would give me some thrill. I heard them saying something, there's gold in their hills. So don't despair, cause if you dare then the answer lies beneath. There's a wall that's deep and a stone sheet somewhere in Germany. And if I would, I'd build a wall around all Donegal. The Normans of the Kingdom, oh my God, I'd build them tall. And casinos, chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal.
There's a wee little team down here that won the county final back in 1995. The big Jewish and the final. This is a girls' team in fact. So we're asking to come out and take a bow here now. There are a number of them here tonight. Katrina Havers. Come on, Katrina. Chrissy Kearney. Come along. Sheena Kearney. Come on down, Sheena. One of our star forwards. Ronnie Toll, great left foot. Always good for a point.